So actually, even though we're trolling, this is a real kind of a touchy-feely kind of a technique. What we're actually obviously fishing is around a lot of rocks, and the Saugers are actually using these rocks, especially around the slide areas, as an ambush point. So when our bait comes by, they're scooting out and hitting it. Now, because we want to keep really close to the bottom, it's important to use real sensitive equipment. We're actually using a rod here that I typically use for bottom bounce or live bait fishing. I'm also using no stretch line. And what those both do is let me have a lot of sensation out at the end of my line where that lure is running. But you can also start to feel it tick rocks, and you want them ticking a little bit. But if it starts banging a little harder than you want, you can simply raise up your rod tip and lift your lure off the bottom a little bit. If it really starts to pound hard, you might really lift your rod tip up. But maybe the most important thing is that as it's running along, if it hits something, you can kind of tell what it is. If it hits and it stops hard, that's probably a rock. And what you can do a lot of times then is drop your rod tip and lift up your rod tip and almost shake it off that rock and save some of those lures. If on the other hand, when it hits something that's kind of mushy and soft, a lot of times that's a fish, and then, you know, just to sweep forward a little bit and set the hook. So that sensitivity is real important out there to keep the bait close to the bottom, but more important, it's going to tell you when a fish is bit and when you should set the hook.